everybody. We're changing it up a little bit today. We are outside doing our work despite the little bit of snow that's left on the ground. And we are here with the colorful, the creative, Crayon the courageous. Thanks, Crayon. And today we are going to Crayon the courageous. We're going to talk about texture today. Texture is the way something feels. So if you were to feel the clothes you're wearing, how do they feel? Kala, how does your hat feel? Or your gloves? Oh, Crayon the courageous hat. How does your hat feel, Kala?
Soft.
It's soft. And our table feels a little rough. It has some texture on it. You can hear it actually when I rub my nails against it.
And Quinn's hat feels
Fuzzy, fluffy. Maybe this piece of paper feels smooth. So texture is the way something feels. And in art, when you are coloring or drawing, to create texture, you can do a couple different things. You can draw the texture with your material, or what we're going to do today, we're going to create rubbings, which means we're going to put our pieces of paper on top of things, like this table, and we're going to use a crayon to rub the texture from the table onto the paper. And we're going to make our very own texture journal. This is Laura's texture journal. So we're each going to make our own today. So we actually need to start by cutting up our sheet of paper today. So we're going to fold it so we know where to cut it. And there we go. We're going to start by folding it in half the long way. Sometimes we call this the hot dog way because it looks like a hot dog bun when you fold it this way. So, Kala, that's the hamburger way. Would you like to fold it the hot dog way? Oh,
I want to fold the whole thing.
Okay. You're going to fold it the other way. So we're going to open it back up. Okay? And you're going to fold it so it looks like a hot dog bun, which is long and thin. We're going to make the corners. So when we're folding our piece of paper, you make the corners meet. And you set it on a flat surface. And you rub along the line, the part of the paper that you want to crease, that you want to fold. There you go, we got it. All right, now we're gonna open it back up. And now we're gonna fold it the hamburger way. We're gonna make our corners meet this way.
How do we fold
Just like you did before. Do you remember when you folded it the hamburger way first before? So you're gonna make this corner and this corner fold this way to meet the bottom corners. There you go. All right, we're gonna fold it one more time. We're gonna take it and we're gonna fold it again this way. So these are the corners that we folded the hamburger way. Now we're gonna fold it again so that those folded corners meet the bottom corners. Set it down. Okay, there you go, just like that. And you're gonna flatten it. All right, now we're gonna open our paper up and you're gonna see that there's lines that created different sections. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut the paper out into these 8 sections.
Are we going to cut on the lines?
Yep.
On all the lines?
On all the lines to create 8. What shapes are these that we made?
Squares.
Squares, or are they the same on all sides? Are they different on 2 sides? Okay, so what shape is that? Do you remember?
Cube.
A cube would be if it's 3-dimensional, if we could really hold it in our hands and feel it. If it has 4 sides that are created by straight lines, and 2 of them are the same, and 2 of them are different, it makes a rectangle. So we're going to cut up our 8 rectangles. Alright, I have my 8 rectangles and I'm going to put them in a pile. While Kala works on her cutting, I'm going to tell you the next step.
Help.
You'd like some help?
I'm going to do it quicker than this.
It's okay. You don't have to rush. We have plenty of time.
I want to do it.
Well, I know it's hard when I'm showing a
Really,
video like
I
that.
wanted to-
Would you like me to help you with a few of the rectangles so that you can be on the same page? How about this? I'm going to cut here. And I'm going to cut 2 off the bottom, and I will cut those 2 up for you. Okay? And you do the last couple. Does that sound good? Sorry guys, we maybe should have done some of this before for you. There we go. Alright, so while Cal is cutting her last piece, we're going to each pick 1 rectangle from our pile, and that's going to be the cover of our book. And I am going to pick, there you go Cal, so pick 1 rectangle. Excuse me Quinn. Can you move? Thanks. I am going to pick 1 color crayon, and I'm going to use that to write the title of my book on the cover. And if you have an adult who can help you, if you are still learning how to write, maybe they can dot out the letters for you so you can trace.
Mama,
Or if you're a
you know
toddler,
what
then
I'm
maybe
gonna
your parents
do?
can do it for you.
I usually copy my mother's letter.
Well, there you go. Except the first one would be different, right? Because what's your name?
Oh.
What's your name? There you go. So Cal is going to write her name, and I'm going to write my name. Laura. Apostrophe S, so it says Laura's. Quinny's getting right up in there today. What are you doing?
Eating snow.
Can you move to the side so that our friends can see our work?
Eating
Yeah,
snow.
are you showing everyone that you're eating snow? Yeah. Okay. I'm writing Laura's texture.
How do I write texture?
X.
I'm gonna
Journal.
do-
J. O. L.
Is this
Ah. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Totally spelling this wrong because I have Quinn here in my peripheral here. So
Mama, what are these supposed to be?
I'm gonna do it again.
Mama, is this supposed to be?
Laura's
Mama, is this supposed to be?
texture journal, and I will hold that up so that you can see it here.
Mommy, can I say something? What?
Excuse me, Quinn. Oh, and it's backwards. Darn. All right, so I'm going to put a picture of this that is going in the correct direction in the comments of the video because I forgot that the video is mirrored. All right,
What?
so we've got our cover.
What is
That says Laura's. So you're going to write Callus, which you did, and then you're going to copy those letters. Texture journal. You got it, yeah. All right, so now here's the fun part. We're gonna go and find some objects that have different textures so that feel different from each other. We're gonna start right here, and I'm gonna use our table to create my first texture. So the first thing I need is one of my rectangles of paper. The next thing I need, oh, thanks, Glenn, is a crayon that doesn't have the wrapping on it anymore. So you need to peel the wrapping off of a couple of crayons if you don't already have crayons without wrapping. And then you're going to take your rectangle and set it on top of the object that you want to take the texture from. And you're going to use the side of the crayon and put it on the paper and rub it back and forth. You can go in any direction you want, and it's going to take the texture of the object and rub it onto the paper. That's the texture of our table. It's a wood texture. Now, if you would
Mama.
like, again, with help from parents,
I need help because that one doesn't have any room to decorate.
would you like to write the journal word at the top? Okay. I bet you can do that. Or on the back, yeah. Yeah, you got it. This next step is optional. If you would like to label your texture so that you know what each of the textures in your journal are, you can do that. You can either use a black or a dark colored crayon, or you can use a pen. I'm going to use a pen today because I think it will be a little clearer for you to see. So I'm going to write picnic table on the bottom of my first texture. There it is. Picnic table. All right. So I have got, I don't know where my cover went because Miss Quinny grabbed it. I've got my first texture. I'm going to put it here so it doesn't get lost. And we are going to go and we are going to find 6 other textures. You are going to have enough paper.
I'm not done.
It's okay. You are going to be able to find a bunch of different textures. So I'll show you some that I have in my book. This is the bottom of a shoe. I have a basket. I have wood, a piece of wood that I did a rubbing of, a yoga mat, one of our pegboards, and a really pretty decorative glass bowl that had a pattern on it. So those are some of the textures I've done already. Kala, do you want to take a break from writing the cover? I will help you write that when we're done with this part. Do you want to go find 1 or 2 things that you can take a rubbing of so we can show our friends how we did it? It's a little windy today, so we're going to make this work here. Alright, Kala's going to find a few things. Oh, Quinny, if your shoes come off, you're not going to be able to play outside. Would you like some help putting your boot back on? Here, let me help you. Do this for a minute here.
Help me get that.
I can help you get the snow off the slide, yeah.
I can too.
Alright.
But what if you
I think
what if her butt lands on
we're
the
losing our helpers here a little bit. So, I'm going to take 2 more rubbings. And then I'm going to show you how to put your book together. So, I'm going to go and grab 2 more objects. I'll be right back. Alright, the 2 objects that I just grabbed is a juicer, has a really cool texture on the top, and a shoe that has a cool texture on the bottom. So I'm going to take my piece of paper and put it on the sole of my shoe first. I'm going to pick a color, a crayon, that's already unwrapped. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to rub on the bottom of my shoe and see what texture comes out. See, I'm going to set it here so I can really see it. Cool.
texture?
Ooh, I like that one. That's the bottom of one of my shoes. Neat, huh? Alright, and I'm going to do one more. You see that, Kala? Isn't that neat? I'm going to do a rubbing of this. That's going to be a little tricky. Sometimes we got to get a little crafty with our rubbing. So I'm going to wrap my paper around the top of my juicer. And I'm going to use my crayon.
Don't cut that!
Oh, that's Kala's. You have your own paper right here, Quinn. Okay? Here's your paper. I'm going to grab these scissors. Those are Kala's as well. Okay, there you go. Alright, so I'm going to finish my rubbing here. Kind of, again, just kind of working with what I got. It is making a cool texture, though.
Mama, how do I make this?
I'm making shapes.
How do you make
Alright.
this to do it?
Hang on one sec, Kala. Alright, so that's the top of my juicer. Cool, huh? Alright,
See the bottom of
Kala brought out a scrub brush. So Kala's going to take her paper and put it on top of the brush and pick a crayon that doesn't have a wrapping. It's a naked crayon. And you're going to rub across the top. There you go. Cool. You can see some of the bristles, can you? And hold it up. So Kala took a rubbing of one of our scrub brushes. All right. We are going to put our books together now. You can take your
Oh my
time
God, look
finding
at
all
what
of your
this
textures.
light's doing.
Oh, thanks.
How
Yep.
Quinn loves wrapping herself up.
We may have to
with
go
it.
back to doing these videos during when snap time. Chaos seems to ensue when my little buddy's around. Alright, so we are going to take the pieces of our journal. We're going to put our cover on top and then put them in the order that we would like them. Okay? Just like that. And we're going to start by flipping it over so that the cover's face down. We're going to take a piece of tape that's pretty small. Let's see if you can see. Just about the length of the top of my finger. And peel it off. Now, if you have a stapler will be much easier, but I just want you to know how to put your book together without a stapler if you don't have one. We're going to take the back 2 pages of our book, and we're going to put the piece of tape on the back of the back page. What do you think, Ella? See, there's my tape on the back of my back page, and we're going to wrap it around to the front of the front page, so that these 2 pages are now stuck together like that. Okay? Now we're going to take the next page that's going in front and put it on top. We're going to get the same size piece of tape, about the length of the top of my finger. We're going to find the same side that we already taped, put our loose page on top, and we're going to put the tape again on the back of the back page, except I'm going to do it on one side this time, and then wrap it around to the front of that page. All right?
Ooh, this is one of my shoe.
Whoa, cool.
See?
And then I'm going to take a page. I didn't end up doing a rubbing, but I want to show you one more. We're going to take one more page. Here we go.
Mama,
Put it
I'm
here.
done with this.
That's fine. I'm going to take another piece of my tape, length of the top of my finger.
I'm gonna go swimming.
Sounds good. Put it on the back, this time at the other end, and wrap it around. So now all of my pages, I've done 4 so far, are stuck together. You're going to keep going like this until all of your pages are stuck
Quinn,
together.
I was using that.
I thought you were all done.
No. That has texture on it.
Then you need to find a place for all of your textured papers where Quinn is not going to get to them, please. All right, now I'm going to take my cover,
You can't
Laura's
have
texture
all
journal,
the
put it
paper
on the top, and now I'm going to take a longer
No.
piece of tape.
No.
Quinn, this is your paper right here. That's your piece. Yeah, you can use those scissors, that's fine. Now we're going to take a piece of tape that's the length of our journal. So I'm going to hold it up. That ends up being about that long, probably
Mama.
about a little longer than your finger.
Mama, Quinn
Yes.
really cut up these.
All right, we'll have to get new ones. And we're going to rip it. Excuse me, Calaby. Can you come here?
No.
Let's take these scissors and you can have a chat with your sister in a moment. Okay? All right, now I'm going to put the tape on the front. Tape it on the front of my journal and wrap it around all the way to the back. All right, and your journal is taped together. You have your very own little book of textures. Okay, I have some modifications for toddlers and for preteens in the comments, and I can't wait to see what textures you come up with. Have fun, guys. Have a great day. Bye.